The drama surrounding Gervonta Tank Davis has never really been about whether he can fight. That part has been settled again and again under the bright lights, in sold-out arenas, and in moments where arrogance walks confidently into the ring only to leave in pieces. What makes Tank different is not just his power, but the way he dismantles belief. In boxing, confidence is currency, and trash talk is often treated like a weapon. But against Davis, words tend to expire fast. Time after time, fighters talk themselves into a moment they are not built to survive, and Tank has made a career out of turning those moments into brutal lessons. There is a cold precision to the way he waits, reads, absorbs, and then detonates, and once he decides the lesson is over, there is rarely a second chance to learn it the easy way. Davis thrives in the chaos created by overconfidence. When opponents announce themselves as the next face of boxing or promise destruction, Tank does not rush to silence them. He lets them talk. He lets the narrative grow. Then, inside the ring, he strips it all away piece by piece. Against fighters who believe their own hype, Davis showed the gap between bravado and reality. His timing is surgical, his patience unnerving. He is content to give away moments if it means collecting a soul later. The knockdowns do not come from wild aggression but from traps laid quietly, rounds in advance, waiting for that one mistake that arrogance always delivers. The fight with Leo Santa Cruz was a perfect example of this contrast. Santa Cruz was game, brave, and willing to stand his ground, even daring to trade with a fighter known for devastating power. For stretches, it looked competitive, even courageous. But courage without calculation is dangerous against someone like Davis. Tank stayed composed, measured the exchanges, and slowly set the rhythm. The punch that ended it did not announce itself. It arrived unseen, perfectly timed, and absolutely final. One moment Santa Cruz was pressing forward, believing in his durability, and the next the fight was over. It was not cruelty. It was inevitability. That knockout did not just end a bout. It sent a message to an entire division about what happens when belief outruns preparation. Frank Martin came in with something different. History, tension, and the idea that movement and discipline could solve the Tank Davis puzzle. For a while, it looked like a chess match. Martin used his jab, stayed light on his feet, and tried to avoid giving Davis the openings he lives for. But the problem with fighting Tank is that even when you do things right, he is learning. Each round becomes data. Each exchange sharpens his timing. By the middle rounds, Davis began to close the gap, countering with increasing confidence, forcing Martin to react rather than lead. When the opening finally came, it was swift and unforgiving. A perfectly placed shot changed the entire fight in seconds. The confidence Martin brought into the ring evaporated the moment he hit the canvas, and once again, Tank walked away having answered every question without saying a word. Romero represented a different kind of challenge, built almost entirely on provocation. Loud, irritating, and relentless, Romero seemed intent on dragging Davis into something messy. But Tank never gave him that satisfaction. Instead, he boxed with discipline, stayed calm, and exposed the difference between noise and substance. The fight became a lesson in levels. Romero's awkwardness and energy could not mask the technical gap. Davis controlled distance, countered cleanly, and made Romero look lost in moments where he expected chaos. When the end came, it felt less like a surprise and more like a confirmation that talk alone cannot carry you through elite competition. Then there was Ryan Garcia, the fight that captured attention far beyond boxing circles. Speed, fame, a dangerous left hook, and endless confidence made Garcia believe he could be the one to break through. Early moments teased drama, but Tank never panicked. He watched, adjusted, and waited for Garcia's habits to betray him. The counters came clean. The pressure built quietly. And when the fight-ending punch landed, it was not a headshot as many expected, but a ruthless body blow that shut everything down. It was a reminder that real damage in boxing is often invisible until it is too late. Garcia's confidence did not fail him. His body did. And Tank Davis knew exactly where to aim. Mario Barrios followed a familiar path, stepping up with belief, size, and ambition, only to discover that Tank's power translates across divisions. Davis broke him down systematically, mixing body shots with headshots, forcing exhaustion before unleashing the finish. Each knockdown felt like a chapter closing, not just in the fight, but in the illusion that size alone could offset precision. Barrios fought with heart, but heart does not stop a perfectly timed uppercut, and by the end, the outcome felt unavoidable. Even fighters like Hector Luis Garcia, who came in with skill and determination, found themselves overwhelmed by Tank's completeness. Davis does not rely on a single weapon. He adapts, pressures, retreats, counters, and advances with equal comfort. When the gap becomes clear, opponents often realize it too late. By then, survival replaces strategy, and the fight slips away round by round until there is nothing left to save. This is the pattern that defines Gervonta Tank Davis. Not just knockouts, but corrections. Not just wins, but reality checks. He does not chase validation. He waits for challengers to bring it to him, wrapped in confidence and promises, and then he unwraps them under the lights. In a sport built on bravado, Tank has made silence his signature. The fists do the talking. The results do the explaining. And every time an arrogant fighter steps forward believing they are different, the ending tends to look painfully familiar. Now the question turns to you. Where do you rank Gervonta Tank Davis among the elite of this era? And do you think anyone left in boxing truly has the tools to humble him the way he has humbled so many others? Drop your thoughts below, let us know which Tank performance impressed you the most, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into boxing's most ruthless reality checks, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next story when confidence meets consequence inside the ring.